Gemini, hello. All right, I had to go grab a towel to put down because the shuffling on this tabletop was too loud. So, there may be something that you need to listen to, or something that you are listening to that you need to soften, all right? Right? You need to create some sort of cushion or comfort, some kind of buffer between, right? Like putting on like those headphones that cover your ear, ear muffs, or if you grew up maybe listening to your parents fight, or there's chaos around you, and I just imagine you like, muffling your ears, or if you ever listen to playlists where it's like Christmas music from another room at a party or something, or you're at a party you're in the bathroom of the party or something. If you ever YouTube those things, or something about kind of like the tone or the frequency of, or the key, maybe you're a musician or you want to be a musician, but there's something about the noise around you is too chaotic, it's abrasive, it's irritating, and so you need to comfort it or go into another room, create some distance, right? Give yourself some space for quiet. We've got the tower at the bottom there. So I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. I usually only take jumpers when I shuffle. We've got Death and the Sun. There's a big ending and new beginning coming in for you guys in regards to your love life, all right? Because these are divine union readings. Focus on the divine union. These are for singles. These are for people who are unattached, single, not connected, and you're ready for new love. Like you've done shadow work. Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you've done a lot of work, spell work, energetic work. Could be maybe leaving a job, or you're an entrepreneur and you've really put in a lot of work for your pentacle world, for your physical world, to kind of set that up. You could be the feminine with the Queen of Pentacles there, or you could be dealing with an earth sign where you're going to... you've kind of got the pentacle world ready for for the divine feminine. All right, so, but usually I read jumpers. I'm going to flip instead and do a 3-card draw to kind of keep this simple and concise, hopefully. That's the goal here. All right, so again, we have Death, 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands. We at the end, it's like you're bringing an end to all the tangible work and maybe shadow work, magic work. This could be getting out of casual connections, like maybe you are a player or you were kind of just sort of casual, or you dealt with a lot of people who were like that. But what you really want is this 10 of Cups. You want love, you want abundance in your love life. And we all know you can be a millionaire, but if you don't have love, if you don't have passion, Serendipity, the movie Serendipity, where the friend asks, or he talks about the Greeks, is it the Greeks or Romans? They would, they only asked one question when a man died. Did he have passion? It's like, this is something, it goes deep into your karmic cycle that you were the one to break out of the conditional, maybe your parents and their parents and everybody got married for money, or because they had kids, or just because it's what society told them to do. And it's like, you're breaking out of that cycle. This is, 10 of Wands is about burdening yourself with the magic, with the, wands are magic. Wands are also messages, internet. It's all about the kind of intangible world of power, like fire. If you think about fire, it's sort of intangible. It can't be controlled. And it's, maybe you have an earth sign parent or a fire sign parent, but it's like you're using what you've learned from those before you as kindling to ignite your own flame and be the source of your own passion. So it's, you know, we often learn, we rarely learn what to do from our parents, especially if you're here, you're a cycle breaker. If your parents did it great, then you wouldn't need to break a cycle, right? Not to say they didn't do the best they could. Everybody does the best they can. And sometimes the best they can is not that great, but they did what they could. But it's like you're taking what you learned from your parents, from those before you. And if this is in work, it's like I feel like this is more the masculine preparing for the feminine, right? It's like they're building the house, they're building the foundation, they're getting everything together. They've done the tangible, because the masculine is the 3D and the feminine is the 5D. And the wands is fire, which is overtly masculine of the elements. And then we have the 10 of cups over here. It's like you're using those to build something for love and passion, right? Because wands can be about work. They can also be about passion. So it's like you're using what information you've learned, what skills, tools you've collected to build something. And there's a death in between the two. You could be leaving like a family business or some sort of work that you were doing that was just like to meet the standards of maybe your elders, right? Could be your parents, could be your grandparents, your great-grandparents, could be like a lineage thing. So I do get this sense of like a family business, and maybe with the music, you're trying to go into something that's more artistically fulfilling, and it's inevitably going to attract your divine love and abundance. It's going to bring in your partnership, because it's like this feminine with that Queen of Pentacles is very much in their feminine energy. You could be dealing with Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. You could be dealing with a fixed sign as well, because fixed signs are earth. So that's Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. So to clarify, I mean, that seems pretty cut and dry. You're ending one cycle. We've got 10s here, which is an ending. 10s are also 1, which is a new beginning. And we've got death in between them. 10 of Swords at the bottom of this deck. We got Temperance. So this could be happening very quickly. It could be happening, with Temperance here. Sagittarius season we are currently in. Temperance is also about, oh, wow. So we have Temperance and the Lovers came out together here as clarifiers, which is like that. See that angel there is very angelic. This is like divine timing right now, whenever you're watching this, or during Sagittarius season. You could have a Sagittarius placement, could be dealing with a Sagittarius, right? But I feel like tis the season to be jolly. And the Lovers is you. This is Gemini, but this is like, this is your time. So yeah, it could be Sagittarius and Gemini, but this is the time. It's divine timing right now. We've got angelic support, all the attachments, right? The Lovers is visually the opposite to the Devil, which has two individuals chained at the neck. It's like bondage. It's like the 10 of Wands can also be like an end of sexual energy, which we just came out of Scorpio season. So it's sacral energy. It's the reproductive organs. You could have had some sort of disruption sexually, some sort of attachment. There could be disease, infection. That can be an STD. That can be reproductive imbalance, hormonal imbalance. That can be, ovarian cysts, that can be some sort of disruption, some sort of disharmony in the sacral reproductive organs and sector. I don't know why I want to say sector. Sounds like a space sci-fi type thing, or very militant. But that is, you know, that's death here with Scorpio. We have death, which is the major arcana for Scorpio. Scorpio is also associated with tens, endings, all right? And that sexual Plutonian energy, which our sexual energy is our greatest source of creative energy. So you could be bringing an ending, again, with that player aspect that I was getting. Maybe you're not a player, maybe you're not, like, you know, disrespectful or manipulative or a liar, but maybe you were just giving your energy to lower frequencies, lower vibrations for a long time. But you have sort of been like, nope, I'm keeping it all to myself. So you could be coming out of a period of celibacy, being single for a long time, and now is the time. 'Tis the season to be jolly. La, 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 la. Yeah, it could be coming together for Christmas time. 5 of Cups, 6 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, this is coming out of being emotional, this lack mentality, not seeing the blessings that are right behind you, like right behind you. All you have to do is turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit thirsty, but my cups are falling down. Yeah, maybe you're doing something with performance arts or singing. I was going to say dancing, because the Lovers is originally the dancers. But it is like you're going to have a partner, a musical collaborative partner in this process. You know, with our sexual energy, it's our greatest source of creative energy, right? It's like biologically, that's where we create from. And when we learn how to wield our sexual power, right, like tantric power, we can truly connect. We're truly intimate. So it's coming out of that 5 of Cups into the 6 of Swords is like, you know, swords are thoughts, they're words, they're communication, they're belief systems, right? The thoughts and words could turn into our belief system. So it's like you've realized that this is obviously not working for you, which seems obvious. But when you're in this place of lack of the 5 of Cups, it's really not obvious. When you're in it, when you're in a toxic relationship, when you're giving your energy to something that is non-reciprocal, it just drains you, and it doesn't leave a lot of energy left for shadow work and for insight. So the bravo to you that you were able to, however it happened, maybe through that tower that was peeking out earlier, through this death energy, maybe there was a death, maybe you experienced a death, energetically or, you know, physically. Maybe there was some sort of death that made you, like, for instance, if you had some sort of disruption in the physical body centered around the sacral region, you may have had to withdraw from, you know, like a form of sobriety. You may have had to, I was thinking withdraw, but you could have had withdrawals. You know, with the 5 of Cups, maybe there was some drinking going on. You were pouring your emotions into something about, this is like depression, right? There's a lot of sadness associated with this, with the sacral chakra and the sacral region. And I feel like maybe you experienced something that forced you to withdraw from that and to take a step back and to take a period of celibacy, to take a period of being single and not giving energy to others. Maybe because you were depressed, maybe you lost somebody and you were in such grief that you had nothing to give to others, so you stopped dating. But whatever it was, whatever this period was, whatever this tower moment was that kind of forced your hand to be in this place of reflection. It's like you, it made you realize that it gave you a whole new way of thinking about intimacy, about relationships, about love, about sexual energy, about creativity, about passion, right? It's like you're a very passionate person, but it's like you were giving your passion to secular things, to physical things, to lower vibrations, and now you're like, oh no, I know what I want to do here. And this is the Holy Trinity. It's the divine masculine, divine feminine, the divine creation, that little child there. All right, so, I mean, you could have children, but it's like, you know, because there are children pictured here, but maybe there was a loss, maybe there was a miscarriage or an abortion. We have death at the bottom here. So a lot of death. There was something that was associated with death and rebirth, birth and death. So my heart goes out to you if that's the case for you, if that's your situation. But whatever it was, you know, I mean, if you're in a relationship that was, you know, just based around this sort of traditional idea of marriage and building a family and all of that, you know, but that's not really what you want to do, right? Maybe you don't want to have children. Maybe you do, and maybe a partner, this is very specific, but maybe a partner had an abortion behind your back or without your consent, right? Or I don't want to say consent because, you know, free will, and everybody has the choice to do what they want to do with their body. But it takes two, and it does feel like maybe it was a one-sided decision or experience. So that could resonate with you. But this was a very major happening with all this death and tower, and these tens sandwiching this death. There's a really big rebirth here that you have gone through or are going through or about to go through, right? It's all divine timing, so I don't like to give time frames. And, you know, to clarify, the 10 of Wands, the ending of this exerting yourself and burdening yourself with the opinions, the belief systems, the energy of others, and giving to non-reciprocal entities, is the Temperance and the Lovers. So it's like, excuse me, I just had some leftover Thanksgiving foods. It does feel associated with the timing of Sagittarius season with Temperance here, and then we have Lovers. So it's like maybe your birthday was kind of a moment, maybe there was something with you experienced something, a sort of energetic death around your birthday, with the Lovers here, that like during your season you experienced something and now it's coming to fruition in Sagittarius season. But you know where you are in this path, like in this, you know, illusory timeline, because time is relative to the individual, and divine timing is the only measure, which it is a frequency. It's not a spot on a calendar, right? So if you're like, yeah, I did experience that. I did experience this moment, this epiphany that passion and love and my idea of relationships is actually different than what I was doing, and now I'm ready for this 10 of Cups, then, you know, that's where you are. And that if that's where you associate your current state at, then you know that it's close, right? You know that divine timing is very soon. It is upon you. If you're like, oh, I haven't experienced this, I don't know what you're talking about, this could just not be your storyline. This could just not be associated with what your path. This could just not be yours. But that could also mean that this is coming in the future, right? So, you know, just know where you are. And the only way you know is if you know, And that's through doing shadow work and introspection and having that conversation between you and the divine. But if you're in a relationship and you're watching this looking for a divine union, then you have some work to do, right? Because you need to get out of that and spend some time alone, sober up energetically, right? Sobering doesn't just mean stop drinking alcohol. It means purifying, and that's temperance. Temperance is all about purifying and trusting in the divine timing and fortifying yourself. Like you temper a sword, you have to put it under pressure. You have to really forge it with fire, and that's applied stress, right? So you have to do that work. There's a lot of work ahead of you if that's where you are. If you're still in something and you're looking to the next thing, then you're still in a very codependent place, because you're looking for an out. You're looking for something to cushion your escape when you need to just be with yourself. And if you're like, I've been with myself for a while, then you're maybe towards this side of the reading, right? Which is the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is setting on your journey that you've put a lot of thought and planning into. Three of Wands is planning. It's like when you're writing an essay, maybe you're going to school or something, back to school to prove to dad. Maybe you have something with your father. Maybe there's a death. Maybe the death is associated with your father or your paternal energy, your masculine energy. Nilly, leave it. Thank you, dear. But this is like the outline in an essay, right? You put your bullet points and then you fill it in, right? Filling it in is like, you're coming out of the 10 of Wands into the 3 of Wands, which is clarifying this 10 of Cups, which is really the 4 of Wands. It's the marriage, it's the union, it's 11-11. 11-11 is divine timing, right? It's the balance of 2 wands, 2 wands. So it's 2 wands is the choice. You've already made the choice. If you're here, you've made the choice to let go of the past and to move forward in this new way, right? This is leaving something behind and you're heading out to this island, right? The XX is a band, which is XX. We have the 10 and the 10. So yeah, the XX, they've called themselves a number of things, but that song Islands by the XX is really good. This is like a journey. You're going somewhere. Maybe you're going to the desert. There's some sort of process here, but it is kind of like Moses, the 40 years, the 40 is often referenced in the Bible. Yeah, maybe you were raised very religiously, and so you're kind of like breaking those constructs to do something that's truly divine, because religion and spirituality are not the same thing. They're not synonymous. And so it's like you're going, and there's that 4 again, 40, right? It's like 40 days, 40 nights. Also, Sobriety, that movie where he's abstinent for 40 days, 40 nights. There's that sort of like, it's kind of a cheesy rom-com or whatever, but there are truths in everything. So, but yeah, this is like you're going Moses in the Red Sea. It's like you're paving a new path. Let my people go. I'm wondering if you're taking somebody with you. Oh, and this is not a desert. I have always looked at this as a desert, but there are ships. There are ships here. I always thought that was a desert, but it's like a golden sea. Huh, that's cool. You can look at these a million times and still find something new. But it's, yeah, the golden sea, that's like, because the Red Sea would be, blood, like the blood of the ancestors. It's like you've purified and you've done so much of this work. It's like this is breaking the cycle, and you've turned, what is that? Into gold. Is it coal into gold? This is like a major transmutation. And we have the Chariot here. Cancerian energy. You could have a Cancer placement, could be dealing with a Cancer. This is the heart chakra. This is the moon, so maybe something around the moon cycle, right? We do have this full moon here with this 10 of wands, right? So, and this very, very big Bruce Almighty moon behind this 10 of cups. So yeah, maybe something with the moon cycle. Maybe you feel very pulled by the moon, right? There's something with this like golden light. That gold sea is so interesting to me. But the Chariot is, it's following your heart. It's following your dreams. It's also with this 6 of Swords here. If you are the feminine, the masculine is coming in to sort of rescue you, right? And this doesn't happen because you're a mess and you need someone to do the work for you. This happens. This is like divine, that angelic assistance. This is like divine intervention. When you've done the work and you've aligned with your truth, then you get this sort of, then you get your hero, right? So if you're the feminine and you're waiting, just know that your masculine has gone through a lot. They've gone great lengths. They've been traveling. There could actually be travel here involved. I was going to say the world. We have the Wheel of Fortune. But it's time. The High Priestess. Yeah, there's that Tower and 6 of Cups. So this is with Cancer and the High Priestess. This is Pisces, Cancer, the Chariot. Listen to your heart. Listen to your third eye. Listen to your intuition. It's tuning in. That's the advice here, is to tune into the moon, tune into the lunar cycles and your mood, and listen to your heart. When we have the moon here at the bottom, and the Hanged Man. So that's double confirmation for the major arcana of both Pisces and Cancer. So you could be dealing with those, could have those placements, something associated with the moon. It's bringing clarity to the moon, which is typically an indication of lack of clarity. And then we have the Hanged Man here, which is taking on a new perspective. So looking at things in a new light. This golden light is like protection. The golden sea, it's like protecting your emotions, knowing that your heart chakra is protected. So if you do any sort of meditation visualization, you can imagine your heart space, which maybe felt like a moon for a long time, lack of clarity, not knowing how you feel, if you're ready for new love, any sort of fears or trepidation around that. You imagine your moon turning into a sun. Imagine that that sunset. And just before, the night before a full moon, if you go to the sea or wherever you can see the sun rise on the horizon, the moon will set into the sea. And it looks like a sunrise in reverse because it's so bright, and it turns, when it hits the horizon of the sea, it turns gold, right? It turns into this like bright gold, and it looks like a sunrise in reverse. It's very cool. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to go see that, I would do that. I would highly recommend it. And that could be your looking at things in reverse, looking at things in a new way. So visualization techniques and trusting in the process, which is that Temperance, the Hanged Man. Like, this is sort of knowing that even though you do things differently, it's right for you. Trusting in what's right for you. So affirmations, if you're having any sort of nerves around the idea of welcoming a new love, make sure that you're doing your affirmations. Make sure that you're confirming your process for yourself, speaking it out into the universe that I'm divinely protected, I'm divinely aligned, and my angels are here. Speak out to your angels. You rely on that golden light. There's also like golden light frequencies. So when we're talking about music and the frequencies and kind of like listening in the other room. Maybe there's a certain frequency that you can listen to at night when you're sleeping. You can kind of play it in the background, and it could just be sort of like a low hum, right? White noise. But there's white noise, gold noise, brown noise, pink noise. There's like, for every color there is a vibration and frequency that you can listen to that will help sort of nurture that. So maybe gold is very important for you right now. Maybe surrounding yourself with gold things, with the pentacles that were coming out. It's sort of, and with pentacles, and these sort of like golden cups here, right? That passion that I was talking about, it's bringing together what you're passionate about, what you're emotionally driven by, what inspires you in your heart space, bringing that together with the tangible world, finding a way to pursue your passions in a way that also nurtures your physical space, right? So like making money, making a living, whether that be through a bartering system, donation-based system, or selling goods and services. Maybe you're going to be like a paid musician, but it's, I think that I feel that it's coming together. We have the Six of Pentacles here. I feel like it's going to be when you and your divine counterpart come together, trusting that when you come together, the financial abundance and all of that will come. So maybe your only fear is thinking like, I don't have enough to offer this person. I'm not ready because I need more money. I need to have a house, have a car, whatever, like fancy this, that. But I feel like the only thing that's going to be important to your person is what's important to you, and what's important to you is what brings you inspiration and passion. And that's creative. With all the death here, that's something about creating artistically. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, you two are going to join forces and be sort of but you're going to be a power couple, but a creative union. It's going to be very creative, and it's going to bring the remaining 32 on the clock there. It's going to bring the remaining whatever perceived lack that you have is. It's going to bring it into existence, right? So it's not like so that's where the affirmations come in, because you don't want to be in a place where you're thinking, oh, I'm not enough, I don't have enough, and you don't want to be in a place where you're thinking, I need somebody else so that I can get XYZ, so that we can be rich and famous or anything like that. It's the meeting point of the head and the heart. It's the meeting point of the emotions, the ego, the intuition, that place where you're just sort of at the Four of Wands, at the Four of Swords, at that balanced place, that divine place of letting go of the past and welcoming the unseen future. And the only way that you can be in that balanced place is in the now. So I feel like meditation is going to be really important, visualization and dream work. That little boy sitting on the moon. But yeah, it's like, just maybe you're going to be like going out on the water at night, right? There's like those, what is it, bioluminescent kayaking things, whatever. More power to you. I don't have the guts to do that. That's terrifying to me. But I'll wave to you from the beach, Gemini. So hopefully there was something in here for you. And until next time, I wish you well.